Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking on this video. If you like this video at all or like my other videos, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon at www.patreon.com/darkrealist, capital D, capital R. Now what can they expect from my channel, Ashley?
Magical practices, spiritual philosophy, political commentary, even some stuff on mental health and how to deal with mental health like on a spiritual level, and the political lens as viewed from a spiritual mind. So I see that you put your heart and your soul and everything into your channel. So, I mean, it's the mind and heart of Hunter Salazar.
Thank you very much. So just $1 a month on Patreon really helps out the channel, helps show that you appreciate the channel, and it helps me produce better content. So thank you very much, and hope you enjoy this video. Mother Earth, she stands ready to bear every generation of man. Yet rarely do we think about her. She is always beneath our feet, yet we think that a God that is far away, that is far beyond this place, is a better God. We try to connect with the source without connecting that with that which is here now, and that which we are made of. Every time one of us drops, every time one of us dies, not only our body and all the nutrients that come with it meld back into the earth, but our spirit, our life force does as well. The soul moves on. The ego might be bound here for a time, but hopefully it is destroyed, because then the process is completed. But as we gaze upon humanity, it's hard to picture and really understand and appreciate that which we've always had. You don't really understand how much something is to you until it's gone. Mother Earth is, she's always been here for so long that our ancestors and their ancestors and their ancestors have kind of forgotten what it means to appreciate that which we live upon. This isn't just Mother Earth, but she provides us with a canvas that humanity can live their lives upon. We can live our lives upon. Beyond ourselves, there are greater spirits. There are elder spirits. The earth is an elder spirit, a spirit that is very old, very ancient, one that will not die until we have all reached the source, until we've all moved on from this, from this planet. There are many places like Earth in this galaxy, in this universe. There are ways that different so-called alien species connect to their own planet. But what is always true is that there is a need to understand and appreciate that which lies beneath our feet, that which is our platform to grow as an individual spiritually, mentally, societally. And when it comes to civilization, it seems like civilization oftentimes goes through these phases where it turns its back upon Mother Earth and decides, well, I'm just going to try to get as much as I can right now. And I'm just going to try to get as much as I can for my family, for my nation. But when it comes down to it, that damns the children of those who make such a claim, or even if they embrace that subconsciously. Their children and their children's children will be destroyed if we take up this greedy mindset, this materialistic mindset. So learn to appreciate Mother Earth without that which we rely upon so heavily. We would have no place to stand. We would have no place to develop. We would have no place to realize our truest self. Alright everyone, so obviously Ashley's with me here today. Now we're going to talk about the general energy that we get from Mother Earth when we're really trying to attune to her. Usually I feel like this overwhelming sense of just acceptance and willingness to kind of meld me into her, her spirit. my own spirit, of course, would go there, but it feels like she's just very willing and accepting of us as a human race. Humanity has been here for a very long time, and she actually cares about us. She wants us to be here, and she allows us to even do some things that we shouldn't, because she is that caring. Mother Earth is. I often call her Jord or Jorah, but those are giant names in reference to Asatru. Jorah is the name that I think that is the most hits the most home for me, and I think Jorah was or is the mother of Thor, not Frigg. At any rate, the sense that I get from her is that she's very accepting, very willing, and very immense. Kalima is immense in a different way. She's immense cosmically. The Earth is immense immediately, right here. So when it comes to energy, Ashley, how would you describe your feelings of Mother Earth?
What I would feel is that she's the grand nurturer. She's the mother to everyone, and we need to be respectful of the resources that we use from Mother Earth. And there's also an electromagnetic field that she can replenish our energy with. So yeah, she just provides earth, air, fire, and water, all of our necessities to keep us alive so that we can move along our soul's progression. And for me, the closer I am to Mother Earth, the less anxiety I have, the healthier I am.
That makes sense. I guess we could talk a little bit about putting our feet and even our bodies into the soil itself. Like, I haven't had as much experience with that as perhaps you have.
Yeah.
What does it feel like when you're cleansing yourself of that negative energy, when you're passing it into the earth?
Okay, so the earth has this frequency called the Schumann resonance, and when we walk barefoot along the ground, we connect with the Schumann resonance and we connect with negative ions. It's a positive thing, not a negative thing, but the scientific term is negative ions. What it feels like to me is all of the anxiety goes down into the earth, and then I just feel grounded emotionally. 30 minutes a day to 45 minutes a day of just touching the earth, hugging the tree, holding the tree, sitting out in nature. If there's a lot of moisture in the air, you can actually ground using like the moisture in the air, because there's negative ions with that. Anything to connect with the Schumann resonance. I think that's why people do things like go to hot springs, because if you're sitting in a hot spring, you're automatically connecting to the Schumann resonance and Mother Earth. And you just bring yourself back into balance by doing that. It's really good for mental health, emotional health, physical health.
That makes sense. I would like to say, when you talk about touching trees, when I touch trees, if it's, I guess you can say if it's a positive tree, and if when I'm in a graveyard, it's in a positive grave, like there's a lot of positive energy connected to that one person, they feel almost identical.
Yeah.
It's very strange. That same energy I feel both in graveyards and then against trees. So I feel like there's a lot of overlap between the spirits of human beings and trees themselves.
Yeah. Well, when you're touching a grave, for example, the grave is connected to the earth, and it's conductive because it's usually made of a stone.
I usually touch the grave stone, but definitely when touching the grave as well.
Yeah, the grave stone or the grave itself, you're going to be touching the earth, and so you're actually grounding yourself even if you're touching the gravestone.
That makes sense.
Because it's anything that's electromagnetic, it will or conductive, it will hold on to the Schumann resonance. So trees do that, gravestones, graves, dirt, hot springs. Yeah.
And it takes that out of yourself, and then you're kind of freed from it, because the earth is so immense that it can handle those little things that we give to it, whereas for us, it's much harder to handle these things.
Yeah. Well, we evolved living at one with the earth. We walked barefoot on the earth for thousands and thousands of years. Animals do it. And if you notice, animals don't tend to have physical ailments on any large scale until they become house pets. And when they're living inside of a enclosed structure, they're not living at one with the Schumann resonance, whereas animals out in the wild...
Just like plants and indoor plants.
Exactly. When it's connected to Mother Earth is so big that the Schumann resonance is the natural balance that she gives us. It's the healing balance that she gives us,
Excellent. That makes sense.
And yeah, she just has so many things to offer us, like so many gifts to her children, as long as we can take care of her,
Well, thank you very much for saying that, Ashley. Thank you very much for your input. And, don't forget to you know, it might sound silly, but just to leave little offerings to the earth itself, it might seem strange to like just leave little offerings here and there, because she's so big. How could she possibly appreciate anything? But when you're offering even something little, like a piece of fruit, like a banana, when you're offering a loaf of bread, she actually, everything that you offer is registered, and not only is it registered and she appreciates it, she actually, you're more attuned with the earth when you're offering something to it. It's very much like spirits and gods. I think of Mother Earth more like a good giant, like Jorah. But no matter how you view Earth, just learn to appreciate it, to offer to it every now and then you can tap into that part of yourself that is always connected to the Earth from the minute you were born. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see all of you on the channel in the future.